This is Spare Parts, your show for all things motorsports. With your hosts, Stephen Cleary, Sean Cavarella, and Taylor Moore.
Hear that music?
Welcome, motherfucker Taylor. As I am trying to start, you just speak. Way to go.
I'm sorry.
Okay, well, anyway, welcome to this episode of the podcast. I'm your host, Sean. Taylor's ruined everything.
I'm Steven. Jesus Christ.
And she froze.
Jesus fuck.
Oh, man. Talk about amateur hour, this one.
No kidding. Know what? Where's my Alexa? I do need to play the clown music, but just for one person, not all three of us this time.
There you go. No problem.
Good job.
So yeah.
Okay. Well, let's continue on while someone figures her shit out.
Hey, Carnival Cruise Line, you back yet?
I think so, but I don't know what the fuck just happened.
I mean, your computer couldn't deal with your embarrassment, so it just died?
Rude, but
No. The computer was clearly made by Ferrari engineers.
I mean, I didn't think we'd see her again, and all of a sudden she's appeared, and I'm just proud of you, Taylor, for getting out of your cave.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not gonna lie, it's been hard times. Yeah. I don't really have much to say on the Ferrari front.
No? You don't want to say anything?
I have no hope. That's my comment. I no longer have hope if Binotto is still there.
That's fair. So, what do you want to talk about this week? Do you want to actually do a quick, Taylor, your thoughts on the Italian Grand Prix because we missed you?
Sure, I can. I'm not gonna lie. I think I've kind of blocked it out of my memory for a little bit.
Honestly, nothing wrong with that.
It was disappointing. Surprise, Max won. But I mean, there's really to be honest, the night before, my dad asked me who do you think is gonna win? And I told him, I was like, probably Max. And he's like, but he has such a big penalty. How is he gonna come back all the way to the front? I'm like, you cannot count Max out. Period.
Did we not see what happened in Belgium?
Yeah. It just doesn't matter. I know, Dawn.
Anyway, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you've accepted the fact that Max is going to win every race for the rest of the year. So.
False. We don't know that. Technically, he hasn't won the championship yet.
He literally can win it next race.
Yep.
Doesn't mean you will. Leclerc only has to finish 7th and above. Oh, why did I say
that? Yeah, see, yeah, you know it's true. You know it's true.
Knock on wood. Okay, I knocked on wood. I think we're safe.
No, you're not.
Okay, so for this episode, besides Taylor's tears, we're going to be talking...
That's every episode.
That is every episode. Especially whenever the word Ferrari is mentioned.
Okay,
don't say the F word, Sean.
Ah, fuck. Oh, shoot. No, I mean Ferrari.
So many F words now.
So, we'll be talking Indycar and going over, I guess, the season as a whole and talking about our predictions and where we went wrong. And we'll be talking about NASCAR and Bristol and how, well, the playoffs kind of... They've been interesting so far, I guess, to say the least. So,
that's a good word.
Yes. So we'll start with IndyCar first, and yeah. So where do you want to begin with this, Steven?
Oh no, 'cause I'm trying to remember what we talked about last week, and it was good job, Will Power, breaking records.
I mean,
what
last week we mostly focused on the race and how Power got the championship. We didn't really talk about, I guess, the whole season as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
Because out of this year's So out of this year's season, like you had so many storylines.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was gonna say we sort of did because inadvertently we talked about it because the whole thing was he was just consistent.
True.
He didn't
True.
have a lot of bad races. His lowest finish was 19th at Road America.
Wow.
Yeah,
So-
he did have a very good season.
Yeah. And
Minimize
consistency is
damage.
key.
So let's then start with, I guess, our predictions. Where we thought
Oh,
this season was going to go and how it did not.
Wah, wah.
I'll start with myself first, and I'll skewer myself. Don't worry. We can roast me
you did
first.
you did all right.
I know I did. I'm just teasing you.
Oh my gosh. Here
Okay.
we go.
Okay.
So
Hang on, let's go. Where's Jack Harvey? How far down do I have to scroll here for Jack
that one may have been a miss.
Harvey?
Wait, what was that prediction?
Okay, Sean, roll through your top 5.
Okay, so my top 5 going into the season was Joseph Newgarden,
Second, good job.
Padwell Ward,
Good job.
7th, not too bad.
Not too bad. Yeah.
Alex Rossi,
9th,
Scott Dixon,
3rd,
Jack Harvey.
choice. Oh.
22nd.
Okay, so my assumption with Jack Harvey to begin was that, I thought that maybe Meyer Shank could take a big step this year, having 2-car program, more data. Jack Harvey might be able to kind of become a good team leader, and that team could have a couple good results, maybe a 500 win, get up there in the standings. Obviously, this didn't happen.
No.
But like, I had Newgarden the whole way, and I backed Newgarden all season.
You did.
You
I will
did.
give you props
yeah,
for that.
You did.
Unfortunately, he screwed himself over.
Yep.
Yeah.
But he was there at the end.
Screwed himself in the corkscrew. Huh.
Ha! That's funny. So yeah, I feel like around the ballpark. Guys who I didn't see having a good season. Obviously, Will Power not even being in the top 5. Another guy I would regret not putting in there would be a Pillow or McLaughlin because, well, how can you not?
Yeah.
Yep.
So those ones I regret.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, I don't think anyone really had willpower as a contender right away. He did, like, you look at how last season went, and it was sort of like the new, like, you still had Dixon, you still had Newgarden, and then you had the young guys of Award, Pillow, and Herta in as your top 5 last year. And it was like, okay, so the young guys take a step, the vets are continuing to be the vets.
Yep.
And Will Power's just sort of fallen out of that group because he's just that much older than everybody but Dixon. So maybe he's hitting his decline a little bit earlier.
True.
That being said, he still finished 9th. So maybe just some bad luck last year. So
Yeah, I would probably guess last year probably bad luck.
yeah. Like he wasn't great, but wasn't bad. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Steven, shall we talk about your predictions at the beginning of the season?
yeah, sure, fine. Mine were not much better. The only thing I nailed was Dixon being 3rd, and that's about it. Because I had Award.
Oh.
So
Again, that's
7.
not a bad pick though.
No, but still fairly off. Herta, yee.
Yeah.
10th.
Yay.
I mean, if
Herta
Herta
was
got, if
10th.
Herta got that, he would have been in F1. So,
Yeah.
ugh.
Dixon 3rd, Pillow 4th, and where was Pillow? He was 5th actually. So
Not a bad
Not
pick.
bad.
also.
Not bad.
and
least
then
you had
Rossi,
Pillow.
yeah, and then Rossi 5th, and he was 9th. So,
Okay, so like your choices were decent.
there. They were there.
They were there.
I think over like the actual average finishing position, Steven and Taylor, you guys I think are closer than me. Like that Harvey anchor hurts.
Yeah, that'll.
and,
Listen, do you wanna do it?
Rossi. Listen,
Am I doing an
Taylor,
aggregate
score?
Taylor, you go over yours. I'll go over the.
Aggregate.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Just give me 1 second. I was unprepared for this.
No, it's okay.
I have to find the Google Doc.
No worries.
Oh. Hey, do you want me to read out your top 5,
Yeah,
Taylor?
just read
No,
it
hold
to
on.
her.
I got it.
Okay.
I got it. Okay.
Yeah, hers is.
is what? Is Yi?
The first one is.
Oh, season results. Okay, here we go. Okay, so
You want to explain
top
that one?
5.
Answer for your crimes, damn it.
Okay, so Grosjean. I don't know what I can say about that one, to be honest. It's not as bad as Harvey.
Shut up.
Can I go with that? To be
That
honest,
is fair.
I thought, okay, I think with Grosjean, like, I think he had a little bit more, like, a better of a season last year, and I was anticipating maybe him doing or having better results and being
I think we all were, though.
consistently in the top 10. Going into the second year that he's driving in an IndyCar, I just figured that the familiarity would be there. Yeah, okay, so apparently he just likes to cause problems. Yikes. Okay, so my second one was Award. Not bad. New Garden. So I also had New
One
Garden
off.
for third, so I was only one off. Herda, which was he was 10th, so like okay. But now I'm kind of a Herda hater. Not really, but like kind of, so meh. And Ericsson, who I believe
Was
finished in the
sixth.
top 10. Yeah,
Yep.
6th. He was
Yeah.
I was gonna stick with Ericsson. He had a pretty good season. Obviously would have liked to have seen him get better results towards the end of the IndyCar season as a whole, but I'm proud of that pick. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I was the worst for my top 5. My top 5 average is 8.6 finishing. Taylor, you're 8.2, so we're kind of in the same ballpark.
We're kind of in the same boat.
You had the problem of having everyone in and around like that 11, 10, 9 kind of spot in the championship.
Mm-hmm.
And then your New Garden kind of balances out your, I guess, Grosjean. But even Grosjean, like, 12th is still fine, you know?
Yeah.
He was 12th, right?
Think so.
13th. Close enough.
Yeah.
Steven, you were 6.8.
So Steven's the overall winner.
Yahoo! Shocker.
That was close.
Shocker.
For this season in IndyCar, was there any driver who shocked you of either how good they were or how bad they were?
Ooh.
I'll pull the standings.
I know, right?
Kind of have to pull the standings to remember.
VK not being in the top 10 was a bit surprising. I know none of us had him in the top 5, but I think he still, most people would have expected top 10 finish. And not that he was far out, he was 12th, but he didn't, there weren't a whole lot of wow moments, I think, from him. And that's sort of what I think a lot of people were expecting, because he had, so let's go through his racing record. So he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 top 10s. That's it. 1 podium.
But like he didn't do a bad season. Like I think he was your typical midfield runner.
Yeah, but I think some people might have expected him to be a little bit better. Again, I don't think anyone would have said top 5, but I thought he would have been top 10 easily. Like if we had done a full list of the top 10, I would have put him 7th or 8th probably.
We can do that next year.
Yeah. But I thought he would have been a little higher.
One person who I think I would have expected them to do better going into this year. Kyle Kirkwood.
Okay.
He is the second last of the full-time drivers behind Dalton Kellett. Now, he is going to Andretti next year. I'm curious to see, is Kyle Kirkwood held back by the Foyt machinery this year? Or is he a little more overhyped than he should be?
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see him now going from, I guess, a backmarker team to, in theory, a top team it'll be interesting to see how how he reacts to that team and how that team reacts to him. Because that's going to be a whole lot more pressure on him now, too. So that's
very true.
That's going to be, I think, a talking point for next year's Kyle Kirkwood at Andretti.
Yeah, no, I think that's a really good point.
Also, in terms of, I guess, obvious low-hanging fruit guy who did way better than expected, Will Power.
Yeah.
As evidence that we didn't have him.
Yeah, I think we could probably all say the same thing on that front. Like, just willpower surprised us all. No one saw that coming on this podcast. In terms of somebody that kind of was disappointing, honestly, I'm going to go with Grosjean. He just didn't have a consistent season. I don't think he had the season that people were expecting him to have. There was a lot more drama surrounding Grosjean this year on track with, questions of whether or not his driving style is too aggressive.
That's all bullshit.
Yeah, I know it's all bullshit. I totally agree. IndyCar is a elbows out kind of series. We all know that.
And let's be honest, as much as we've hated on F1's Eurocentric kind of view of everything as it comes to not letting Herta over, IndyCar is the very same thing with European drivers coming over. It's the we don't like you here kind of attitude. It's unfortunate, but it is kind of how it is.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with Grosjean in terms of like somebody who didn't necessarily meet the mark.
That's fair.
Sophomore slump. He'll be back next year.
Yeah. I mean, I think like there's always growing pains when you switch series or when you're first starting out. Yuki's a good example of that too in F1. So you just never know. He might come back and hit harder next year, and maybe my choice will be less embarrassing.
And again, if you want to look at my point I just made about Kyle Kirkwood, Grosjean with a new team coming in, a lot different than being with Coyne last year, and then now being at the big dogs at Andretti. You might need a year to settle in there.
Yeah, well, and maybe the Andretti's come back a little bit stronger next year. They were not overly impressive as a group.
I mean, at this point, given how things are going, he might be the team leader at Andretti next year, Grosjean.
True.
Yeah.
If
Rossi's out,
Herta gets that F1 seat, which is still up in the air, we probably won't find out about it until maybe like December.
I thought that wasn't a thing anymore.
I mean, he did test, or he's going to test with
AlphaTauri.
Or I think it was Alpine he was going to test for, or something.
Or was it Alpha?
Steven, way to go there. Just dying.
Are you dying?
Yeah, just dying a little bit.
What the fuck was that?
No idea.
Are you sure?
Minor heart attack. It's fine.
Okay, we're not putting these vibes on there. No.
Steven, if you're going to die, can you at least do it on camera so we get like more popularity that way? Like, loser podcast has host die live on air, continue to act like he's still there. Oh wow, real quiet.
Are we trying to weaken at Bernie's this? Jesus.
I mean,
we totally could.
I think we could.
How?
Yeah.
Who's gonna puppet me?
Oh, that's actually a good point.
We can tie it up.
Your
okay.
ghost.
I have an idea. We weakened at Bernie's Steven by tying him up. And remember how like the Twitch plays Pokemon thing? Where like when people would type in is what happened in the game? We do that, but have like a thing set up where like Twitch weakened at Bernie's Steven. So he gets to move depending on what Twitch types.
Nice.
I think this is a great idea.
I can see that going nothing but well, or doing nothing but good things.
Okay, it's settled.
The internet people would never do anything horrible.
No, the internet's always It's always a, what is the word?
Are you good there?
No, I'm having a stroke.
Toast?
Maybe. Benevolent. That's the word I was looking for. It's always a benevolent group of people. God, I don't know why that one escaped me. Ew.
Good job, struggle bus.
I do smell toast. Okay, and where were we before Steven died?
Andretti,
Remember Steven died?
Andretti heard a
Right,
F1 seat
if-
testing.
Oh yes.
If Grosjean's
Yes, from testing.
the team leader, if Herta somehow gets that F1 seat.
I hope he doesn't.
It
But
seems
yeah.
unlikely, but also who the hell knows what'll happen?
It's F1. Nobody knows anything until you know.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's that. Another guy who I thought had a decent season was Marcus Ericsson.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know,
Yes, he did have a good season.
He came onto the scene finally of like, okay, I can be a top driver in this series.
hmm I was really happy to see him just doing well after. Like I always felt like he got shafted in F1 by Alfa Romeo. Like I thought it sucked the way like that he wasn't going to be there. I always thought he was a really talented driver, so I'm just happy to see him succeeding.
And like back to the Grosjean thing, this was Ericsson's third year in IndyCar. Sorry, no, his fourth year in IndyCar. Before he
Right.
finally seemed to actually be taking a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
So maybe, you know, it might take guys a couple seasons, especially like a guy like Grosjean next year. Maybe he doesn't do so well or starts doing better by the end of the season and starts strong by, you know, the next year.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyone else have anything to add about the IndyCar season?
I'm just looking at Grosjean's record on the ovals. Maybe that's one area he can improve a little bit. Going 31st at Indy with double points, that'll set you back a little bit.
I mean,
Yeah.
set Rinus VK back being 33rd, yet he still beat him.
Yep.
So,
I mean, by 3 points, but
Yeah.
3 positions.
yep.
True. I feel like at that, like to that point though about the ovals, like I do agree, it's definitely one area that he can improve on. It could have something to do with the fact that he's just not used to that kind of track, so it's a different style that you have to drive. So it'll just take time. But I agree, it's an area that he has to improve upon.
Yes.
I mean, he also had 2 top 10 finishes at Iowa, so it might have just been the first 2 ovals that he ran were a bit of
Yeah.
a struggle. But we'll see.
Yeah,
Time-
which makes
time will
sense
tell.
though. It does make sense.
Son of a
I'm
bitch.
sure it could be a bit daunting doing your first oval. Like the speeds alone are crazy, so I could imagine it would take some getting used to.
Just looking at the standings, as I completely steer us in a different direction because I just noticed this.
All right.
Jimmy Johnson beat Jack Harvey.
Eee.
Ooh.
Ooh.
How do you guys think Jimmy did in his first full-time season?
Mm,
He was okay. There was minor signs of improvement, but that's about it.
I still think he suffers from the chronic bad luck syndrome.
I mean, his pace was kind of there towards the end of the season. Like, he's getting more comfortable on the road courses. Ovals looked fine. He got his first 2 top 10s on an oval.
hmm
And,
No
like,
surprise there.
if you look at his last 3 races, don't include Portland, but, like, you know, he had a 14th and a 16th place finish. Again, one's an oval, but Laguna Sega's a pretty difficult track, and there was really only 1 car retiring there. So I think he's doing pretty good. And also, was it Mid-Ohio? He was also 16th, which is solid middle of the pack. And for a
Yeah,
guy
true.
who's on his sunset tour anyway, he doesn't give a shit. He just wants to be competitive, and I think Jimmy Johnson is doing what he wants to do. Now, I think he's a good fit for the sport,
Yes.
Yeah,
and if
I would
he's-
agree.
Well,
and he's beating Jack Harvey and Devlin DiFrancesco.
Oh.
Yeah, rough year for Canadians in IndyCar. Yeah.
could just stopped it at Canadians.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Matt Clark won the
Other
USF
than-
Juniors.
Yeah, other than Matt Clark, yes.
He's like the only bright spot for Canadian motorsports.
Yep.
Go, kid, go.
Yeah.
I will happily be part of that bandwagon.
Yep. Get on that hype train. Not because there's no real other hype train out of Canada. So.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much that's it. That really is it. So is that all we have for the IndyCar season? In terms of drivers and stuff?
Yeah, unless we want to do a couple quick hitter on the news that came out this week, which
Go for
was
it.
Palou is officially back at Ganassi
Oh.
for his contract.
Right.
Yeah.
So
It's amazing how blitzing the field by 30 seconds kind of
yeah,
washes
winning
a-
solves
just,
everything.
just washes away all the issue. And you're like, huh, maybe if we haven't been having a fight all year, he could have been doing that all season.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he still was fifth in the championship despite all the bullshit happening.
Yeah.
Yep.
So good for you, Pelot. We're happy for you. Interesting, though. I do find it interesting how McLaren kind of wiped their hands of the whole thing very quickly.
However, here's the interesting thing with Palou. He is still going to be testing with McLaren. And Ganassi says, okay, we will keep you for next year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There is a chance. Whose contract is up at next year? Alex
don't know.
Palou's and Norris.
Is Lando's up?
Lando
Okay.
Norris is also up.
Oh boy. Okay, here we go.
If Lando jumps ship,
To where?
Mercedes.
You think Lewis is going to retire?
I mean, he could.
Possible.
Red Bull, maybe
I don't
Perez
think that
retires.
would be the best choice, to be honest with you. Like I see what you're saying, but I don't think that Norris would be the best choice to move to Mercedes and partner George.
I don't care if it's not the best choice. I want to see chaos. So for me, it's okay. But you could easily
There you
see
go.
you could easily see next year in F1, Lewis being out, Perez being out,
Mhm.
Bottas maybe even just saying I'm done.
Alonso.
And he sent it to your deal.
Oh my gosh, does this guy
Yeah.
ever go away? I'm
No.
not saying that he's bad, but like, dude.
Honestly, I agree. It's kind of hilarious at this point. That was what the appeal of Aston Martin was, is that it was a multi-year deal.
Fine.
But
Your career will go and die there. Like, I'm sorry.
if
Sorry,
no, it's fine. If if McLaren finds themselves in a situation next year where they need a driver, may I introduce you to Alex Palou.
Again.
So they may just be kicking this can down a year.
Or if
Okay.
Piastri falters, McLaren just seems to be printing money. Yeah,
Yep.
screw you, kid. See ya.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Honestly, they have endless options. Which
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
what Zach
that's
Brown
fair.
has done with his drivers is genius.
Mm-hmm.
Or both suck, or all of a sudden you have a contract dispute and you just bring in Palou and Award. Fuck it, bring them both.
Not the worst choice.
I mean, that would cause absolute chaos.
Oh my god,
That-
could you
it would-
imagine?
It would take McLaren being in the absolute shitter next season, but that
Yes.
would be funny to
Yeah.
just
Would be
clean house and start fresh.
So yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we're gonna
Um,
see.
But Palou,
Yeah,
I
last
think
thing-
Palou's career has been saved by Ganassi.
True.
Ganassi
Yeah,
was
if he
nice.
wasn't racing it.
He's a merciful
Well,
god.
Yes. That also, one last thing on Palou. That was his first win all season
Wow.
at Laguna Seca.
Yeah, if you look how his second half went after Road America, I'm scared for next year.
Mm-hmm.
His worst finish was 13th.
Wow. Okay.
And
so
even
is
be-
Malone
even
going on
before-
all of ours.
Even before that, his worst finish was 18th, and he had 3 podiums before that.
Yeah, I'm
And
scared.
I was- So, yeah, there's another hype train you can hop on.
The Pelot hype train. I'm here for it.
And then the knock on with Palou being out is Rosenquist is back with McLaren.
Right.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Well, his second half of the season, he also deserved it. He ended up finishing top 10, and he had a lot of top 10 finishes after Mid-Ohio.
Yeah, he's what? He was next just behind Award. So if you're McLaren, your drivers finished 7th, 8th in the championship. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, and when did his sort of rumors start that he was maybe not back with IndyCar, maybe getting booed to Formula E? That was roughly Detroit, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
When we started hearing those rumors. So
Yeah, because it was right after Rossi signed with, was announced he's signing with McLaren, and that was just after Indy.
yeah.
Yes.
So after that, he had three races the rest of the year where he did not finish in the top 10.
I think 2 of them. He got
Everything
wrecked
else
out.
was top 10. Yep, and everything else was top 10.
Well, Mid Ohio, all the McLarens and like Chevys just blew up all over Mid Ohio.
Yep.
So that wasn't his fault. Iowa, I think he got involved in a wreck or something. So yeah, he also had a very good strong finish this season.
Yep.
McLaren also is now the 3rd best team in IndyCar. Look who's above them in the standing.
Yeah.
It's either Ganassi or Penske. They
Yeah.
beat all the Andretti cars.
I was gonna say the one Andretti that's close to them, they now have.
Yeah, the closest one to them is now with them.
Yeah. Yeah, they said essentially going into next season, they have the 7th, 8th, and 9th drivers.
Amazing. Wow.
Oh,
Could
also,
be a McLaren dominant season.
so sort of McLaren, but also sort of something else. We had another signing announcement this week, also, Stephen.
What's that?
The Kyle Busch drama. Sorry to go away from
Oh
IndyCar.
yes. Yep. No.
Oh.
The Kyle Busch drama
Oh,
is
that was
finally
fun.
over.
Yes, that announcement was. Or sorry, the announcement was good. The announcement before the announcement raised a lot of eyebrows because it could have gone in so many different directions. That was a fun Tuesday.
Do you want to explain?
Yes. So, what was it? Sunday after the race, Kyle Busch says, "I have an announcement," because that's what everybody does now. Is I have an
Announce the
announcement. Yes, the announcement for the announcement that will be announced later this week.
Mhm.
And there was a lot of speculation of where he was going. I think we talked about it a little bit last week. I can't remember if it was on here or not, but someone may have accidentally hit a post button a little too soon on RCR's website because there was a link. We did talk about this on here because I remember I was trying to follow that link for the first 10 minutes and I had to type it out because I couldn't find it because it was taken down.
Right.
But it was Kyle Busch signing in the 8. Now, to be fair, Dale Earnhardt Jr. also had that with his little 3 emoji tweet of Busch arrow 8 ball. So,
Oh, that's what that was. I never got that.
really?
Yeah.
Yeesh.
You sent me that tweet. I didn't get it. Huh.
Yeah.
That makes sense
Busch
now.
to the 8. Yep. So that with the premature posting from someone at RCR who is probably fired now, that led to Tuesday's announcement and Busch signing with Richard Childress, which, given the history, kind of surprising, but we don't judge.
If you win, it solves all problems, right?
Exactly. Yep.
Yep.
And
Yep.
so if you don't know what we're talking about, they allegedly had a fist fight after a race. This is what, 2011 or something like that?
It's
was
over.
like a decade
It's
ago.
over a decade ago at this point.
Yeah.
So they're over it.
Yeah. And the story behind it is Childress took off his watch and then proceeded to beat the shit out of Kyle Busch. So to start the press conference, what do? Childress walks up and says, "Here, Kyle, hold my watch."
Honestly, that
Okay,
was
that's
funny.
actually really funny.
That was
was.
really well
That
done.
is so funny.
Like, again, when you have history and you have that kind of beef moments or something, and you move past it, the best thing to do is just laugh about it. Like, really,
Yep.
it's just it happened, whatever. Move on.
I will say, yeah, and that's definitely the best way to handle that kind of drama. But it's also fantastic for the fans who know the shitty history to get that moment.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a
Yep.
good little meme.
Yep,
Yes.
and to be fair, Childress also had a nice little sort of, yes, the hatchet is fully buried here by he handed Kyle's son Brexton you can drive for us anytime contract just in an envelope.
Also said
Aw.
he'll be better than his dad anyway.
Yeah,
Which weird thing to say to a guy you just signed, but okay.
Yep.
Sure. Okay.
But yeah, so Kyle Busch is in the 8 car next season. Sponsors we don't know, but it probably won't be M&M's or Toyota.
Do
so-
we know what happened? Like what happens with RCR now? Because they are a 2-car team now
They are becoming a 3-car team. That was confirmed.
for 1 year.
For 1 year. So Tyler Reddick is getting moved to a new charter. They did confirm that in the press conference, and Reddick was apparently told an hour before the press conference that this is happening. So,
Good communication.
but at the same time, I will side with Childress on this because Reddick sort of said, "Yeah, in 2024, I'm fucking off anyways." So, okay, so you're gonna get the secondary equipment. I don't really care. You told me to go fuck myself, essentially.
Yeah, agreed. Like, as a driver, yeah, he gave them advance notice in theory,
Yeah,
but at the same time, you're already halfway at the door.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So
What
you
do you
don't
care?
you don't get priority when I can sign Kyle Busch, who is
Oh,
like
100%.
the most whether you like him or not, he's probably one of the more polarizing figures in NASCAR. So,
and he's good.
and he's
Mhm.
yeah, love him or hate him, he will help you get profits on and off the track.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
Yeah.
Busch in the 8, Reddick still with RCR next season, but they're getting a second charter from somewhere. At the bottom of the press release, and I wish I could find it again, I'm pretty sure it said they were getting it from Rick Ware, but that has not been confirmed yet.
Okay.
So,
And on that note, we can transfer over to the Bristol race. And Stephen, how did the new teammates Busch and Reddick do this week?
yeah. What's our rule with announcing your future, Sean?
Usually doesn't go well the next week.
And what happened to Kyle Busch for the second straight week?
He crashed? No, he blew up.
No, his engine go boom.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's okay. His engine.
Yes. Yeah. It did not go well for Kyle.
Wow, this is like
Remember-
a
and-
trend.
And I'm pretty sure Reddick also had a lot of issues.
He
The
got
Toyotas and
involved.
Fords. had-
Reddick
got
got involved in a
involved in that.
crash.
Yeah, he did that
Yeah.
big wreck in turn 3.
Steven, do you
in
hear that?
whatever lap.
What the fuck?
Taylor knows what she's talking about in NASCAR.
Guys,
Yeah.
I took notes.
What the Ferrari fucking shit is this?
This
I
is
was
a sign
so
of the Ferrari
depressed.
apocalypse.
Yeah.
I was so depressed that I decided to invest some time in NASCAR
All right.
this week.
So Sean, 5-minute floor. Taylor.
No.
No. Taylor, do you want to explain what you learned and what you took notes on?
So what I learned,
Or how about this? What did you find most interesting?
well, the facts that I saw were that okay, how do you pronounce his last name?
That's a good question.
Busher.
Boucher?
Busher. It's
Busher.
American. This ain't
Oh,
This ain't your
sorry.
F1 pronunciations.
Sorry, right. I gotta go
Bush-
on American.
Bush like the beer.
Busher.
Busher.
Okay, so for
And there goes all our American listeners. If at least any from the south, you know. Whoops. Way to make fun of them,
We're
Steven.
really so I did find it interesting that it was their like first win or like appearance on victory lane, as they say, in like 191 races, which is kind of
Yes.
sad, but good for them.
Yeah, his last win was 2015. Sorry,
Nice.
was it 2015? No, sorry, 2016. I think it was.
It's been a while.
Yeah, 2016.
Leave it at that.
His?
It's been a
Okay.
while.
Yeah,
Sure, it's been a while.
it's been a while.
Yeah, so like pretty much that's what I took notes on. Oh yeah, and there was a big wreck in turn 3 that set off a chain reaction. David Suarez.
I think she just took it from the article.
Yeah.
Yes, there was a big wreck and it took out like 4 of the actual playoff guys. It was Suarez was in it, Bowman was in it, Reddick was in
and
it.
Dylan.
Yes. That basically cost. Dylan was out from that. He was done.
Yeah.
Yep.
Reddick tried to come back and he needed some help. He needed someone else to basically fall behind him. And unfortunately for him, that luck didn't happen.
Yeah.
So we had 3 straight races in the first round of the playoffs where no playoff drivers won.
I wanted so bad to try our strategy that I said last week. Just take all the non-playoff guys and see what happens. And I wish I had.
I am going to bet next week one of the 4 guys eliminated.
Yeah. just bet on all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Or for all 3 races, sorry.
Yeah, I'll bet all 3 races, Reddick, Busch, and Harvick.
Ooh.
We know Dylan's not going to win it.
No.
Fair.
Exactly. But yeah, so the fact that no one won made this playoffs even more interesting. And I would actually love to see what this point system would look like with like old Winston Cup style points. Was that 17 race winners? No.
Yeah.
More than that, isn't it? No, yeah, 17. Yeah.
Yeah. No, 16. 17. Yeah, you're right.
Or is it 18? Because we're counting Busch too.
No, it's 18. It's 18.
Yeah, 18.
I was missing. We were missing Kurt.
That is nuts.
Yeah.
Like, when did NASCAR have we had that many race winners?
I don't know if ever.
Honestly, I will have to go back through seasons to find it, but like this season for unpredictability and it is what you want, and it'll be reflected in the championship, I'm sure, of the guys who are at the top are just guys who are just consistently doing well and don't have any bad luck.
Mm-hmm.
Like Denny Hamlin for the last round of the playoffs went second, ninth. You know what? It's a really good round.
Yeah.
Christopher Bell went 5th and 4th. That's the kind of consistency these guys are going to need to move on to the next round, apparently.
Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna lie, I still don't understand the playoff structure. I tried very hard to figure it out.
Basically, you win, you automatically get to advance.
Yeah.
If not, it comes down to points, and then the bottom 4 fall away each round.
Okay.
So yeah, if you don't make the cut, you're out.
Think of it this way: it's like a 3-game or a 3-race series.
Yeah.
Most points win.
Okay.
And it's still the same rules as regular season. Most points is in, and if you win, you're automatically in. If you're a top 12 for this round.
That's a good way to describe it. Yeah.
That's a good way to describe it.
The guys
Now
at the
I feel
top
like
of
I kind of get it.
the guys at the top get the points advantage, or they think of it as like home field advantage almost.
Mm-hmm.
They get
Okay,
a
that
little
makes
boost.
sense. Yeah.
Trying to remember where everybody's at. So actually, no. Top 12 drivers that we have left. Well, unless anyone has last notes on Bristol as a race in general.
No, this is the
Nah.
other part I took notes on.
Okay.
I wrote out all of the current standings.
Okay, so actually, if you wrote out the standings, go for it. Where's everybody at?
Okay, so Chase Elliott's number 1.
Yeah.
Yep, 31 points above the cutoff.
Yes. Joey
Probably safe.
Logano, number 2.
16 points above the cutoff.
Yeah. Okay, so just an asterisk on this one. When I saw this, I was like, this is exactly why the playoffs don't make sense to me, because like his season wasn't that good before the playoffs started, so sus. But anyway, okay. 3rd is Ross Chastain.
Yep, 11 points.
Okay. Kyle Larson, surprise, surprise.
10 points above cutoff. Yep.
William Byron.
Yep. 6.
Denny Hamlin.
These guys are all 4 points above.
Okay. Christopher Bell, 7th.
Yep.
Ryan Blaney.
Also 4 points above the cutoff, and then these 4 are outside the playoffs.
As of now.
So Chase, it's
As of
Chase
now.
Briscoe, Alex Bowman, David Suarez, and Austin Cindric.
Daniel Suarez.
Daniel?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oops.
I was
can't
gonna
even
say
read my own writing.
It's okay.
I really need.
So.
to learn that.
So, who did we predict would be out? Do you remember?
I'm pretty sure we went very conservative and we said Harvick. Or I said Harvick. Shocker.
I definitely said Harvick. I said Harvick and Dillon for sure.
Yeah, I think we were all sort of the same.
I think I said Harvick, Dillon, Suarez, and Cindric, something like that.
Yeah,
I didn't
Around the
see.
16,
I didn't
it's
see
not
Bush.
that hard.
Actually, no. I think I may have said maybe Bush because of the contract issue. Might
Yeah.
distract him. I didn't see Reddick being knocked out.
No,
Yeah.
he had a good season. That he had a very not Joseph Newgarden, Will Power season in not winning, but he was up there a lot.
Yeah.
So
Consistency. Yeah.
His only wins came on road courses though.
which would have been great for this round, but
Which round?
too bad. This round isn't there the Charlotte.
Oh yes,
Roval?
yes. Roval is up.
So yeah, this round's a bit of an interesting one. You got Texas up this week,
Mhm.
which 1.5 mile track. Who's
Cowboys is gonna
got
win.
the edge there?
Cowbush. Pressure's
Out
off.
of the playoff guys.
Cowbush is gonna win at Texas. Pressure's off. He's got a
We
contract for next year.
don't-
He wants to piss.
Okay.
He is good when he's angry. Cowbush.
Yes, but I don't care about Cowbush because we're talking about the playoff, Sean.
Denny
But
Hamlin
now we
or
know-
Christopher Bell.
Really? I was gonna say Kyle Larson.
Do you see the theme going over there? They just gotta
What,
follow their
Toyotas?
teammate. Yeah.
And then
Well,
hope his
now
engine
that-
blows up again.
Yeah, now that Sean's predicted Cowbush, he will not win at Texas.
Yeah.
I'll put money on it.
There
Don't.
you go.
Okay.
Do it. Anyways, I would take the other Kyle that's in the playoffs. I think Kyle Larson has a good chance of winning that one. Then we go to Talladega. I would ask, but let's be honest, super speedways are a shit show. There's no point in trying to guess.
True.
Yeah, 100%. Michael McDowell.
Mickey-
Fuck it.
There you go.
Every time.
Yeah. So, and then it comes down to the road course. So, which of the top 12 do you guys think could take a win there? And possibly pull off a bit. We'll call it an up. Yeah, it is an upset.
Ryan Blaney.
Okay.
Oh, I was just gonna say that for a reason that I'm not too sure about.
I
But
mean,
was just gonna-
he's the only one who's like due a win, really.
He's been
Okay.
due a win all year. He's the only one that doesn't have one.
Oh wow! So he's like super due a win.
Ryan Blaney, for sure.
There you go. Taylor?
That was my choice.
We can have the same
Okay,
choice.
well,
It's fine. Steven?
Okay.
I'll go a little different and I'll say Chris Bell.
Okay.
Okay.
Two guys, both guys on the bubble who do well at road courses. I think he could even throw Briscoe in there, but I think it's going to be a very interesting round here because you sort of have different guys who have different strengths who are all on the bubble. Hell, even Daniel Suarez, his one win this year was on a road course. So,
Shit. Yeah, we should. That could also be a good one.
Yeah.
Somehow
So,
Cindric wins at Talladega. Suarez wins at Charlotte. Bowman backs into a win at Texas.
Oh, well, no, with your guess, Kyle Busch would be super pissed off at that.
Oh my god, could you imagine?
Kyle Busch comes second.
Oh. Yeah, that'd be this could be a fun way of having this happen.
Yeah, I think this round will be really good.
I think so
It's
too.
going to be a lot of fun.
I like the
top guys are-
diversity of the tracks.
And I think it could make a very close race because if anything was proven in the first round, doesn't matter where you are. You know it's going to be someone who hasn't won yet that wins.
Yeah.
And like Sean said, that might play into Blaney's favor. The racing gods may be friendly, or they might just say, "Fuck you, Ryan Blaney."
He's hanging on somehow.
Yeah.
I
Barely.
did bet on him early in the season to win. Why
Well,
why do you think he hasn't won yet?
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
it's
then
you.
It is 100% me.
He's 100% fucked then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I also bet Reddick. Ugh.
Oh, there you go.
So
There's one.
sorry,
you bet Reddick
sorry,
until the one
Monkey
time.
paw curls.
sorry, Ryan Blaney, you're not making it out of this round.
Okay, so I was gonna say next. Is that your guess for who's gonna be eliminated for sure?
100%.
Okay. I was watching an iceberg video on YouTube, and the most eliminated spots in this round are 8th, 11th, and 12th. Where is Ryan Blaney right
Eight.
now?
Wait.
So,
Okay. Yeah, he's done. He's done.
yep. The most likely to make it out of this round are 1, 2, and 5.
Oh, interesting.
Byron?
Yep. Joe Byron, back at it again.
Great. So yeah, this is gonna be a disaster for us.
Yeah, that you will put money on being eliminated. Other than Ryan Blaney. Don't just use Sean Jinx as a...
What? Wait,
Tail-
were you asking me?
Yes.
Yes, that would be the Taylor.
I'm
Who do you
sorry.
think would be?
I didn't
Who do you
even
think
hear
would be
my
eliminated?
name. Apologies. Briscoe?
Yeah, not a bad choice.
Good answer. Good answer. This is Family Feud.
Thank
Family
you.
Feud.
Yay.
Who'd you have to be
Just
eliminated,
pick one.
Steven? You didn't pick yet.
I mean, I mean, the easy one would be Cindric or Suarez based off what I just said, but I'm gonna say Bowman. I don't think he's gonna win,
Okay.
That's fair.
and I don't see him
Not bad.
making up the points.
Good choice. Good choice.
And again,
Okay.
with Talladega, I think so. Talladega, I think, will be the first race where a playoff driver wins a race because it's going to be the
Ooh.
one where people don't expect to win.
That's a good one.
Is it because they all want to go fast?
Then it's just a shit show.
I want to go fast. I want to go fast. I want to go fast.
Okay, there's Sonic.
Come on, really?
I don't get it.
You don't get it?
No.
Is it because I've seen Talladega Nights like too close to this podcast?
No. What are you referencing?
Oh
Shut up,
no! It's when
Oh.
Ricky Bobby first gets in the car.
Oh.
Yeah, it always says I want to go fast. I want to go
Who
fast.
wants to
I
go
wanna
fast?
Okay, I'll allow that, I guess.
Wow.
I don't know.
I'm actually disappointed in you two.
I mean, honestly,
well, less
yeah.
Steven, because he actually got it. More you, Sean. I'm sorry.
Considering like 90% of my conversations are just talking in movie quotes, yeah, I'm also disappointed in myself.
That's a
It's
bit
like
of a,
one of the
it is
best quotes.
it is a bit of a weird one of all the quotes you can take from Talladega
Well,
Nights.
it didn't fit. It didn't fit. I can't say shake and bake.
I piss excellence. That's the better one.
You
There's
ain't
a cougar in
first
the
or
car.
last.
There's a cougar in the
I
car.
know there's a cougar in the car. I put it in there.
There's a kilo of cocaine strapped to the bottom of the car.
If you
Wait,
ain't
can I say that
first,
on
you're
this
last.
podcast?
Yes, please. Yes, you can say. If you ain't first, you're last. Ricky, I was high when I said
Someone
that.
else said that.
I
You be
based
second?
my whole life on that.
You could be second. You could be third. Hell, you could even be fourth.
Yeah, see, now I think we're getting close to copyright infringement.
Probably.
Okay, maybe we should
No,
set that.
we've already been hit with
Don't
it
come
once.
after us.
Right.
We're just a small time podcast.
Well, they already
Nah,
took
it
down
doesn't
our
matter.
first Twitter account.
Yep.
Anyway,
matter.
so on a lighter note to finish off this week, I have one topic to bring up to you both. And it's just a name, and I want your reaction.
Oh boy. Okay.
Pierre Gasly.
My man.
Apparently Gasly was very thirsty this week.
He was a thirsty boy. Oh
My
my
God.
gosh.
My guy was horny on Maine.
Ugh.
You know what though? Okay, hold on. Can we just have a round of applause for Pierre just being out there and putting himself out there? Because you know what? 10 out of 10. I'm glad you're comfortable enough with yourself that, you know.
I love
Just
it
go for it.
personally. I love
freaking
drivers
love it.
being more like actual like people.
Yeah. He is just a single dude. Maybe wanting against some, you know?
Yeah, my favorite one was definitely the meme of the I can't remember. It's like, stay there, I'll get a towel, and it's like liked by Pierre Gasly in that meme. It's like, okay, Pierre.
Okay, Pierre.
Clearly, you're a good gentleman.
Yep.
I'm glad you're taking care of that, you know?
But yeah, it was a fun time this week where Pierre just blew up the internet with all his thirst tweets, I guess, or thirst replies to people's tweets. It was a good time.
Pierre,
Good time,
good for you. I love it.
honestly.
That's menace boy energy right there.
So yeah, that's kind of all I got.
I think that's it for this week.
Is that it? Everyone have anything else?
I think that's it.
Okay.
It's a good note to end on.
Yes.
I guess.
Pierre Gasly getting you a towel. Great way to end on. And on that note, goodbye.
Thanks for listening to Spare Parts. Remember to follow the show on Twitter at sparepartspod and the hosts at Stephen Clary, at Sean Cavarella, and at Tate Moore.